Here is my 1717 coming up. Hello YouTube, welcome to Fine Day, and today we are going to play Geralf Visionary Stitcher in Historic Brawl. This deck aims to win by playing a bunch of cheap creatures with high toughness, converting them into big threats with Geralf, and killing the opponent with it. So we have a bunch of 1-drops that just have like 3 or 4 toughness, or we also have a nutty card in this deck that's Charix, the Raging Isle, and you can just convert these creatures into actual threats. So for example, if we have a Charix on the board, we sacrifice it, now we have a 1717 flyer, which is pretty threatening. To support this, we run a bunch of counter magic, and we basically play all the 1-mana counter magic available to us, because we want to play Geralf as early as possible, and sometimes we just have like 1 mana up to protect him, and that's also why Mox Ember is so good in this deck, because we have so many 1-mana cards, and then we can immediately like use the Ember. Other than that, we have a bunch of draw engines. For example, Kiora gets us value. It's not draw, but it is value over the time. Search for Escanter, Memory Deluge, just, you know, drawing a bunch of cards. Extra turns, like we're in blue, but then we have some really nice tech here. Off One Mind is pretty nice, because Geralf is a human and pretty much everything else is a non-human, so that's a 1-mana draw too. And Hand of Vecna and Leather Armor can do some really cool things, because with Leather Armor we can just equip it freely from A to B to C, like from creature to creature to creature. And then we always just sack the creature, and we basically get 1 more power and toughness on that creature, like permanently. And similar idea with Hand of Vecna. This is also free to equip, and like really we are actually the aggressor in a lot of matchups, right? So let's say we have 5 cards in hand, we play Eye of Vecna, we equip it to something. Now we have 4 cards in hand, pre-combat, gets plus, and now we convert that plus into a permanent bonus with Geralf. Also, cards like Dive Down are really great in this deck, because not only can they help protect Geralf, but I can also use this on a creature before I make it into a zombie, so it is bigger. Other than that, there is one cool thing you can do in this deck with Crashing Drawbridge, and that's holding priority, tapping Crashing Drawbridge, and in response sacrificing the drawbridge itself, and then the token that comes out of it immediately gains haste, and that is pretty cool. I think you will enjoy this list, and if you enjoy this list, please consider liking and subscribing, and yeah, let's do it. We are ready to play against Samut, Voice of Dissent. And this seems decent, I think. Like, I just want to draw 1 or 2 lands, and that's fine. Like, the Aegis Turtle is effectively gains us a lot of life if they're just an aggro shell. Because we can, it blocks so well. Who could have guessed, right? An 0-5 that blocks well. So I do, oh yeah, perfect, there's the land. Never didn't have it. Yeah, I feel like I don't use I see a god approach, or you see a god approach, so I just foretell the epiphany. Okay, field trip, they ramp into the commander, sure. And I think I like holding up Dispute or Charm and then drawing cards. Maybe I just go for the fast win. And by that I mean try to convert this as soon as possible with the Hand of Vecna in the hand. So they're dead in like 5 turns if I do that. But maybe taking it slower might be better. The thing is, Samut has Flash, so I can't draw cards in their end step here. Otherwise they just play Samut in response. So all of this kind of doesn't work, so I have to commit to the board, right? Yeah. I think they will just play Sabut now and attack. I believe that is a good line of play, right? Yep. No blocks. Take the 6. Oh, this will hurt. This will hurt, because what I do now is I Hand of Vecna, equip this, and this is until end of turn, right? Yeah. So now I can swing in. And now I convert this. So now I have a 10-10. So I feel kind of safe. I won't take the 4 again though. And Narcomancer, wow, that's so scary. You see, the guard approach can probably come in handy later on when they haste something in big and scary. Honestly, just hitting 2 land drops is kind of fine here. I think I like equipping the eye with... Let me think about that. Is that lethal? Oh yeah, that's... This is potentially lethal in next turn. Because I'm not going to attack here, right? And next turn I can go Aril's Epiphany, create 2 birds in the air. I draw off the Archmage's Charm. Then I have enough in hand plus the birds to kill them off of this. Yeah, I think that's great. And if that, like, if they play something that I have to counter, I still have the option of countering it. So this is currently 14, 15, 16 damage, right? Yeah, that, like, if I draw land, like, the thing is, if I play anything other than the Archmage Charm draw play, I can just forget about that, right? Yeah. Okay. Yep. I believe they have a board wipe coming, which would be fine by me. Yep, there is a Doomscar and I used the Mystical Dispute for that. Land? No land. Otherwise this would have been lethal, but oh well. Now... Yeah, I swing in to set them to 4, so the Geralf in the air is lethal next turn. And I'm going to play the wall, so I potentially... like, I can block potential threats, because, like, just playing Geralf alone next turn is lethal because this game's flying. And I swing in. Yep, sure. Wow, that's an awfully high amount of board wipes you have there. It's weird. Like, I wouldn't necessarily play all these board wipes in a deck that wants to play to the board, right? But yeah, that is a good game. GG. We are ready to play against Halana and Elena, and they can make really huge creatures really quickly as well. I think I will find a good creature to power up with the Opt. The good thing about this hand is the Tail's End, and the Miscast is probably good enough to stop their fight effects. Oh, Disdainful Stroke is tempting, but I already have the Tail's End, so let's search for a buddy. Okay. Yep, pass turn. Yep, that's fine. And I think I like to go... depends. If I go with Geralf, I don't think they can immediately kill Geralf. And, like, if they just play Halana and Elena, this doesn't put counters on other things. So I'm super fine with that. Okay. What do I take here? What do I do? I can go crab, and then I can either counter something. I put yeah, sure. Yep, this gets a counter. Scavenging ooze, sure. And will they walk right into my trap? Yes, they do. Beautiful. Because now this gains your sacrifice, and you are a 6/6. And that's pretty cool, I guess. Oh, Mystic Subdual, hello. Okay, let's swing in. Could have played the Mind Stone. It's a toss-up, right? Do I want to hold up the Tail's End or not? I think I should have played the Mind Stone just to have this being bigger in the future. Ooh, yep, that is a miscast. Willed. Okay. So they got through that. And now this is becoming scary, right? I have a Tail's End though to prevent them putting counters on things. So let's... yeah. I take the 1 damage with Geralf here because then my zombie is lethal in the air. Do I counter this? No, I think I want to save that for like a reach creature. Or maybe... so the question is, do I Tail's End the Helana Delana trigger? Or do I think I like that. Yep. Tail's End you. And then I hopefully have lethal in 2 turns. I mean, they have to block Helana and Delana with Helana and Delana in next turn. Well, in 2 turns, but yeah. Now I feel pretty safe, because now I can Thassa's Intervention whatever big dumb thing comes down eventually. But they do have a sizable board after. Okay, they didn't realize that their commander had reach, I guess? GG. We are ready to play against Hofri Ghostforge. And... like, this is a really good setup. I just need 1 creature, right? I think I can just keep this. Because I can wait so long to get a creature. Like, I have like 3 draws or something like that. Oh my god, that is the best creature. Because I hold up my miscast every single turn. Oh wait, this is the perfect draw. Wow. Okay, that is potentially annoying, but I am fully equipped to deal with this, because I now have a Mox Amber as well. So, yeah, I don't know what to say. I think this is basically as good as it's gonna get. I could have, like, memory lapsed it for tempo, and then if they didn't have a land in hand, that would have been really devastating, but like, I can't know that. I take this every time, right? Because they now just sacrifices anyways, it's like, whatever. Anyways, okay, this dies, and this is the concede button from the opponent, maybe? Let's see. Here is my 17/17 coming up. I have to be careful though. Okay, they played their commander, so... like, if they just passed with like 1 white up, this could have gotten Swords to Plowshares, and this would have been really ugly. But now I can just do this, and I can counter Swords, so that's pretty good. Fateful Absence. So now I'm going to do a little trick here. I'm going to miscast this, and then I wait for them to pay. and then I'm going to memory lapse it. The reason why we do this is now they don't have an option of playing a flyer that could block this, and now this is lethal. Otherwise they could have still played a 2-mana flyer afterwards or something like that. GG. We are ready to play against, what's his name again? Remcorolus. I think this is a decent hand, I keep it. Is this a hand where I just play Sanctuary on? I think I can. Oh, whoops, cancel, that's the wrong side. I don't go into adventure here. Like if if the opponent has like scryed to the top, then yes, you mill them, right? But yeah, like my thought process on turn 1 was like, am I able to top deck a blue source here? And the reason why it's still fine, because now I can just play the Sanctuary tapped and still hold up 1 mana, because there was like almost no difference between having 1 and 2 mana up on this turn. Okay, that's fine. And I take 2. The big problem with this is the fact that I can't play my commander here, because Remcorolus makes it so everything gets 1 additional damage basically, and that makes it very easy for burn spells to target Geralf. So I really want to play him next turn with Miscast or you see a guard approach up. Yep, I take the 2 again. And I think I want to draw with Thirst for Discovery in the end step, if they don't play anything that I have to counter with the Charm. Okay, let's Thirst. Yep. Sure. Oh, perfect. And so here's the big thing. I can just wait 1 more turn, and I think I like that, because they can like push damage on Geralf in my end step, and then I have to spend my 1 mana to protect it, and then in their turn they can remove it, right? But like doing this just ensures that I'm going to be able to play Geralf, because I don't think they can go through double protection spell here. So the question is, do I draw with a Charm or do I cycle Shark Typhoon? And I think cycling Shark Typhoon is going to be very valuable at X equals 3 to block their commander. Oh, that's an amazing draw. Would you look at that? Anyways, I am going to Crawling Bones. You play Mox Ember before anything happens here. Yep. And now Geralf. Okay, and now I have 3 mana up and I feel quite safe. Miscast, you see Guard Approach, and additional toughness from the Shell Shield, or maybe just give an Hexproof, right? But, yeah. This is a good spot we're in. Slaying Fire. I think I take the time to miscast that. Or not. Could also give it just toughness with Shell Shield. I could give it Hexproof. So what are the ins and outs? I feel like miscasts probably doesn't get value, but maybe they play board wipes, right? If they do, however, these man lands just destroy them, hopefully, right? So, yeah. Miscast you. And pass turn. Yeah, I feel very safe here. And if they show me a board wipe, that means that they are on a more controlling plan, and if that is the case, I really like deploying the Shark Typhoon as a enchantment. I know I don't get too much value out of it, but like it mostly against like 1/1s or 2/2s, but I think just having the ability to create creatures is great. Yep, Funeral. We do give Hexproof here. because that fizzles the spell and they don't get the don't get the snow mana from this. Whereas if I would save it with Shell Shield, they would still get the colorless mana. So that's why we use this. Yep. Okay, that makes me think that they do play board wipes. The Doomscar, for example. I can just double upgrade here. And I think I like that. Yep. Corridor Monitor. Untap. And I don't think I need to commit more to the board, right? Like, I don't need this Phantasm out, so I will hold it back. Because, again, I'm getting board wipes from this. Uh-huh. I'm actually fine with this. Just keeping this. Yep. Board presence. Allows me to swing in. Yep. Seems good. Sure. I swing in with you. Because I want to put him under pressure. Baseless Haven. And again, since I saw that they are on a more controlling plan, I'm just going to drop the Shark Typhoon as is. Maybe I should have cycled just to make a big shark now anyways. Sure, this Shell Shield comes in handy. Yep. Yeah, maybe it was just better to hold this up as a... It's hard to know. Oh, wow. Those are a bunch of replacement effects. How do I want my stuff to get exiled? Pretty cool. Okay. I think this is the part where we just play Geralf again. And if it dies, I put counters onto the Crawling Barons. Like, I think Crawling Barons will just win the game here. Straight up. Crawling Barons and then obviously the Faceless Haven as well. Magic Missile. I think I like just making a 3/3 here with Wash Away. Oh wait, nope. There's this little line of text, guys. This spell can't be countered, so... to float this now. And then when we change phases, yep, Command Zone. Yep, you, but I don't need you as a creature yet, so let's hold your horses, little Crawling Barons. Can I swing in? Yes, I can actually. Yep, so... not yet, and now I do it, right? Yes, perfect. So let's swing in. Going in for 6. Let's see. Yeah, this Crawling Barons is amazing here. We can later on use Wash Away as well, because now they die in 2 turns anyways. From those Barons, like damage-wise. So I really don't need to pump more mana into this, and now I can just hold up the Wash Away. So that's pretty cool. Yep, attack you. And if they want to kill it with damage, I can just give it counter, like more counters as well. So pretty great. Yeah, in hindsight, honestly, even against control, like I usually play Shark Typhoon in decks that have more non-creatures. So probably in this deck, even against a control, you just cycle it because the additional card is valuable, and the time it takes you before you can create enough sharks that it's valuable to not draw the card. Like, yeah, it's really hard to get value out of it. Yep. Okay, Crawling Barrens. I could animate this Faceless Haven, but then I can't counter with Wash Away. So I'm just not going to do that. So now the game of they replay their commander a bunch of times to block my Crawling Barrens begins. So maybe I want to draw one more land because I really want to hold up this Wash Away. Like, I know this is like a waiting game, but like I could have went for Faceless Haven now and then next turn again, and then I would have had them immediately, but this just gets blown out so much by something like a Settle the Wreckage. Okay. Yeah, I could have just countered their commander, by the way. Oh, so that's an oopsie. But is that really? Here's the thing, right? If I counter their commander, there are probably more things that can blow me out than if I don't counter their commander. Because now I just take it slow and we do this game until the opponent drops their commander without having any mana up. Right? Like, if he drops Ram Corollas now, then I counter him, and then there's less mana, right? That's pretty great. Oh, sure. That is 1000% getting countered. Wash Away. And that's the game. Arguably didn't play that very well, but I think there was a discussion to be had, for sure. We are ready to play against Turgid, and this is interesting. Against mono black, like in general, against mono black, I don't have that much game, but I feel like I need a bit more protection. Or, you know, just some ways to get to the protection like this, right? Oh, that's... yeah, I will probably just play Consider here. Yep. Ooh, I think I like that on top, because giving the haste is pretty nice, right? The big problem is if they are frontside Turgid, they get all my walls that I sacrifice from this. Can't do too much about that, right? That's what's Nightmare. Lines up really well. Really well, to be exact. I just play out Geralf. Man, I'm going to give them so many walls. The big problem with that is the fact that that if my Geralf dies, I don't have flying anymore. But I think I like just Aegis Turtle, off one mind, drawing cards, and honestly, I could also go with something, like I could just bluff something here. I think that's fine. Or I could just go with the secret door. I think it's tough. Okay, thanks to my graveyard. They're going to get so many walls. All these O4s and O5s. Kalaka Predation, okay, that takes my card draw away. I really wanted that opponent. Would have loved to keep that card around. Oh well. Liliana's Triumph, sure. Let me just sacrifice you. They get this. And I'm considering sacrificing the Geralf here just to redeploy it. Because currently I'm winning on the board. The secret door allows... It's just so slow in generating value, isn't it? Like with the dungeons. But I don't have too much to play here. So I think I like going for this Geralf sacrifice because I can just play that again, right? And now I have a 5/5. I just swing with in with that every turn. I have a counterspell up. I'm just going to play the Excavated Wall. Yeah. Do I like that on the board? Do I care about that? Like it will, I think at this point it will discard the counterspell anyways, so I might as well counter it. Chainer's Edict, sure. Get another wall, have fun, opponent. Yeah. And I will just replay my commander. So, yep, seems good. I'm just going to use my commander as a body against all these edicts, maybe. Let's see. Kind of wanna sacrifice the activate the secret door at least once. It would feel so much more comfortable with the protection spell here. Yep, and they messed up the timing. Okay, Blade Crafter. I think I will just sacrifice the Geralf because I want to activate the secret door. If I draw land, that land would be one of the best draws here, giving this flying again. Oh, that's not that bad actually. Yep, I swing in because this is hiding it away. That makes sense. They Chainer's Edict me. I still have the secret door. They shouldn't. They just straight up shouldn't have taken this. I think they should just block because they have enough material to block my cards. They swing in with Crafter and Monitor as well? No, they don't. Let's see. Problem is if I just attack here, they triple block this now. So the attack wasn't that bad after all. I think I scry one here. And then I played the Larder Zombie. Let's go with Antelva. And to be perfectly honest, if it's a card that I don't want to keep, I'm going to keep it on top because then they are going to activate this Excavated Wall, and I'd rather have the card on in the graveyard than on the bottom of my deck. No, so by that logic, I always keep on top, right? Yeah, basically. Because now they mill it with... Oh. Isn't this just great though? I don't have anything in hand, opponent. That's unfortunate for you. Yeah, no, honestly, they missed it the last time, so whatever, I'm just putting this into the graveyard. Because now they... yeah. I want to play this Epiphany now, just so I can swing it in the air and have something to sacrifice to their cards. I think I should have done that last turn as well. Like, just the 2 creatures in the air are really valuable. But they had the imp, but they just decided to let them die. Land, sure, and now I swing in for 7. That's pretty great. Yep. Get in. And yeah, now the Tomb of Annihilation would have been nice, right? Yeah. Okay, if they... Sure, Liliana Dreadhorde General is absolutely fine. That doesn't prevent you from dying, opponent. 1, 2, 3. Yep. I'm going to Larder Zombie. Sure, whatever. Graveyard. And
never hurt anyone.
Giving them the Secret Door and the Larder Zombie. Yeah, that should. I can't sacrifice anything with Geralf right now because he can only sacrifice non-tokens. But I think they're done. Unless they have a Bloodchief's Thirst or a Fatal Push. Because then they can kill this zombie here. Okay, no, they're absolutely dead. So I'm going to play it safe. Okay, GG. We are done with the games. I hope you enjoyed them as much as I did, and this is a pretty fun little brew, I think. The nice thing here is the fact that you are basically an mid-rangey aggro deck that just plays so many one-drop walls like 04s, 05s, 03s that other traditional aggro decks have a hard time finishing you off before you kill them. And one other thing, and we go straight into the budget section here, is this deck uses some amount of rares and mythics, right? But most of these are basically staples. Like the 3 Exeterns, the Shark Typhoons, right? Absolute staples. Memory Deluge. Okay, Kiora and Charix are more specific to the deck, and Hand of Vecna is also kind of specific. But then you're looking down, like basically from that point on, you're looking down at cards like Swan Song, right? You look at cards like Mox Amber. You look at cards like Memory Lapse. So just overall, a very, very high amount of just good staples for the format. So I think this is actually a decent deck to craft, and then you cut the cards that you don't really use in other decks, and I think then you're absolutely fine, because again, then you have crafted the staple that you're using in a lot of other decks. I think this is it already though. I hope you enjoyed this video. Also, if you just like have improvements for this deck, just tell me right below, because this is a deck I just looked at the commander, I came up with it, I recorded the videos, and that is it. Sometimes I have a bit more thought in my decks, right? But this was a quickie, so to speak, and yeah, I will see you tomorrow, and take care.